All right, today we're gonna heron fish the bell buoy today. Actually, I think a good spot to fish. Didn't hear big reports of heron inside the bay. It's extremely warm out today, extremely warm. It's like mid-spring or early spring day. So I don't know, there's definitely stripers around. We could intercept that. So I'm getting started here. I'm gonna take my first cast. We're gonna fish here a bit. I'm gonna probably hit a pier later on in the night, but I'm gonna wing out my sabiki, talk about what we're doing, I guess how we're doing it, what we're fishing, how we're fishing, why we're fishing, and we're lucky because there is a good chance that those striped bass are running. I'm fishing with my larger sabikis for sure. That's definitely like a striped bass size hook. Just like fishing a shrimp fly, that's what we're doing. We're fly fishing with a spinning rod with the sabikis. All right, I'm gonna zing one out there. This rod casts great. If you are looking for stripers, and actually it's been a warm winter, striped bass fishing, I would definitely give that a shot starting today. They definitely can be about. And if they are coming through, we definitely will get a few. So I have here, this is my heron bag. Probably today the most important part is my plastic bag. Why? I've had experience, you know, you're getting herons on the sand. You can get them in that plastic bag quicker. They're going to have less sand through in them, and it's going to be easier to clean when you get home. So make sure you pack a few plastic bags. Of course, we got all kinds of sabikis, different sizes, shapes, styles. I carry extra, getting snags, give them away, stuff like that. The surf, I actually will use the older ones, the shorter ones when I'm surf fishing on the sand for herons. We'll try fly fishing soon. I have here, I carry the flashers, dodgers, or whatever you like to call them. That one is modified for the surf. I think there's a bit in there about that. So I stock a few of those up. And I like to keep 2-3 ounces, tend to be great. You could bring 4 ounces, old if you're going to be working surf, definitely working Tide. But the surf is exactly what I expected it to be, so I'm good with 2 ounces. We got, actually, this is one of the marvels of fishing is your line clipper. You don't want to be out there without a line clipper. And I also have lights. Not going to be using lights here on the surf. Maybe if it was nice. And I also carry snaps with me, light snaps, and regular size flashers, dodgers as well. That's the well-stocked heron bag, especially for the surf. A few little modifications. I have an east wind to my back. The water's nice and clear. Just perfect conditions for heron and striped bass. All right, I hope you can see my whole rod here. I got the tip up in the air. But I like when I'm fishing from the surf for the heron with a sabiki, I like to keep my rod tip high and kind of just let it meander down in there. I'm just imagining those sabikis in there, a rung of 5 across, up, actually to be vertical, just like a fly. That's my presentation. And you can see I'm not really working it fast. I'm just letting those sabikis sit, maybe twitch the rod, let them swing, twitch the rod, swing, twitch the rod, and whatever's down there definitely will go for them. I'm keeping my eyes on the water. I'm not looking around, not looking at stupid stuff around me. I'm not looking at other people. I'm not paying attention to anything, but I'm looking at the water around me. And I'm looking to see if there's maybe a little splash, or maybe some breaking birds out in the distance. Maybe a whale, who knows? If there were other boats out there. I'm checking, the birds are flying there. That's really pretty to see. But I'm looking to see any activity, any bait and whatnot. I mean, we're in that hot zone now where those stripers are going to start rolling in. So I'm keeping an eye out for other things like that as well. Now, I have made mention, there are definitely heron around. You're just going to have to work the water. You're going to have to work different tides. It's going to be tougher than striped bass fishing. But if you're out there, you're fishing, you're looking for heron, you're dedicated, you're definitely going to get a few. So definitely give it a try. There's still season left, that's for sure. So I'm just fishing the bell buoy today, looking for herring, maybe, just maybe, early season striped bass. Just don't know. And I have on here, at the end of my sabiki, that's a 3-ounce coin sinker. I like the coin sinkers, it's pretty neat, reminds me of treasure. But I have on a coin sinker. You can definitely drop on it, I think be perfect. An A17, that sabiki will work a little more horizontal. A27, your sabiki will work a little bit more vertical. So if you want to bring a couple of A27s, a couple of A17s, you'll really be working that water effectively for the bass. Just make sure that your main line on your sabiki is at least I guess, you know, 15 pounds, but preferably 30 pound, 40, somewhere in there. I'm getting up started here. I have on, that is a Surfcasting flasher. Actually, you can probably drop a hook right on the back. Probably have to wire through and use that as a lure. But that hopefully will get some attention. A little bit tad windy. Still's going to catch some wind, but you're going to get a little more distance than if you worked with a full-size flasher. So that's actually a Surfcasting herring flasher. Actually made by Bobby and Canarsie. You can buy them. I'm going to wing one out there. We'll talk about traveling with a bigger rod with sabikis. So I'm working with a bigger rod. I always, you know, on the surf. When I'm traveling with my sabiki, I keep it real simple. I just clip right by that swivel. Right by that swivel, I keep that run of line. This is two-piece rod. Really nice flame. So I clip it right above my swivel. I keep a bucket in my car in the trunk. So all I do is I just put my sinker in a bucket and I just coil it right in the bucket. So just coil it right in the bucket. So that line kind of, make sure your line's overlaid. Keep your eye on those sabikis when you take it out of your bucket. And I just tie it right on the tag end of my line. That's just been roll ready to go. That's how I store my sabiki rig, say with if I'm going to be fishing on the surf. Right in the car, so you're fast, done, ready to go. That's like a good rip. There's something going on. You just see that change. Just look at changes in the water. So I'm going to wing one out there. But it's been a tough, definitely. Ooh, something might have happened out there. I'm going to wing one straight forward. I think I've seen something underneath that bird. But it's been a tough herring season for everyone. And but now we're rolling into that striped bass season. So if we're going to get out on the surf, we're going to be throwing sabikis. We're going to be doing things to see if we can intercept some striped bass in the middle. So got the biggest sabiki on, and I want to see a herring before striped bass, definitely. So still going to be fishing here. So I'm fishing the bell buoy here for herring, and I'm just letting that sabiki do its thing. Work with that sabiki, and I dropped that. That's like really effective. Just like if you were fishing with a lure on the surf. Give a little slack in your line, it'll let that, really gives a natural presentation. But my main objective is to keep that there. Sabiki, generally as vertical as I can, and just dropping it with some slack. So you're gonna feel that sinker bounce. And you can see at this point we worked a bit of tide, it's dropped. So I'm gonna work a bit of point too. I'm gonna actually take off the attraction right now, for now, so I can get a few more yards out. I'll probably get about 30 more yards without that flasher on. But that, you can actually go up in size. You can use a bigger flasher, go to your small flasher, go without a flasher. Without the flasher, we're going to get our maximum distance. Maybe they're swinging up through the channel. So I'm going to take a few open casts without the flasher on. Drop that in that bag. Got a bit on the bag, so I'm giving this a few more. Definitely, I'm looking for activity. Wow, that is a big difference without that flash. Wow, I just about hit that buoy. You might have heard a ding. That was me. You're gonna get a few more yards, and took off the flasher. We're gonna work a little bit further out without that flasher on now. I would say the big difference, if you're surf casting for the herring and with the striped bass, I think the herring, I'm going to hold his zone longer. I'm going to fish through his zone longer than I normally would have. I'm standing here for 2 hours with the sabiki rig, waiting for herons to pass through. I know they're schooling. I think with the striped bass, if I was working the surf, the big difference is working the surf for the striped bass, I'm going to be moving, you know, because those striped bass could be out, they could be in. So can a heron, but they travel in bigger schools, more broader swinging movements, while the stripers do more micromanaged moves. It could be a, you know, a bunch of stripers coming through the channel. A few will break off and hit the edge of the beach here, and hit different kinds of structures along the beach, get fallen behind. The others are moving on, so they kind of like drop out. So it's a little bit of a different approach, surf casting, surf fishing for the herons than you would be to striped bass. A little different. The big broad picture is much the same. I shifted down a bit, and I'm going to hit a few casts here, not far down, and I'm going to give it a little bit more, but that is really zinging out there. Wow. I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to swing that sabiki through, looking for heron, maybe in a striped bass. Anything in there, definitely will put it. But so once again, thanks for watching. I'm going to try a pier before it gets into the dark. I'm going to try a pier around dark. Definitely let you know if there's any heron about. And so actually going to stop for some lunch first, and then lunch or dinner, whatever you want to call it. Depends on when you wake up. Anyway, I'm going to be heading out here. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon, night, day, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you next time.